Hello everyone, it's Michelle from Gypsy Insights. This is a different kind of tarot reading. It's not dependent on your sign or element. If you are guided to this reading, you'll know if it is meant for you. And I'd really appreciate it if you would like, share and subscribe if you enjoy this new, different kind of tarot reading. Hello everyone, welcome to the latest installment of Soulful Repair. Thank you for joining us. My name is Michelle.
And my name is Richard.
Let's get straight into the reading. I've pulled an oracle card, Sacred Fool. Now when you think of the Fool, I think of the jester, I think of the court jester in medieval times. And he was called before the king in order to give advice and trusted by the king because he didn't want anything from the king in return. He spoke the truth. A little bit naive perhaps in speaking the truth, but nevertheless there was not anything behind it. There was no motivation. So it's very much an innocence, a card of innocence. Now, when we speak of innocence, what I'm getting around this card is it is about perhaps a little bit of naivety, a little bit of foolishness. Other people may be saying to you it's foolish or unwise, but nevertheless there's a feeling around this of excitement, tinged with some being slightly scared as well about taking a risk. It could be in coming forward, making an intention known, something that needs to be said, but we'll see where this goes. Now for the other side, Richard has pulled from the Dark Mirror Oracle the card of Calling the Storm.
So calling the storm is all about personal empowerment, but it's also about the need for such a storm to produce personal transformation. The important points are that we can call the storm, but we may not be able to control it.
Okay, so let's see where this goes. Either side can resonate, so keep that in mind. Whatever side resonates the most with you, that's your message. Now, we've already meditated on the energies. I got the Tower as the card at the bottom of this deck. So again, I get that storm cloud energy. I do feel like it's an event. It's something unexpected that brings about some circumstances. So let's see where this goes. I'll cut these cards and we'll do a horseshoe reading. We'll focus in on the past energy, present. We'll take a look at what's happening in the near future, advice or best path to follow, what's happening around you that's affecting you, hopes and fears, potential outcome, and the overall energy or what this reading is about.
On this side, past, present, future, advice or best path to follow, environment, hopes and fears, outcome, and the overall energy of this reading.
Before we get started, I just wanted to mention that we have our playlist for Soulful Repair available on the channel. So if you like this style of reading, please be sure to go there if you haven't already to check out the other types of readings that we have. Let's get started. Sacred Fool, right in the center. We've got the Three of Pentacles. So it is about teamwork. It's about growth, potential. It could be in a working environment, but it does not have to be. It's really about skills, growing your skills, learning your skills. So there is an element around this of, it's called the Apprentice card. So here you'll see a master craftsman working on this cathedral, and others here looking up to him, learning from him. So it could be a mentor kind of energy around this, learning from a mentor, someone around you that you view as a mentor. And I do feel that there's cooperation here, cooperation, learning, and certainly mastering of skills and knowledge is what I'm getting from that card.
Right, looking over here at the overall energy for the reading, we have the King of Swords. Speaks to somebody who's in control, ready to make some sort of decision. Now, it's going to be a decision that's going to be based more on logic than emotion. So this could be the possibility of being able to call this storm because they feel like it's the right thing to do at the present time.
Let's take a look in the past energy, see what we've got. So the Star, so there's very much a feeling around this of attention, appraisal. Having someone around you appreciate you for the work that you're doing. So it's very much like a pat on the back, saying, hey, aren't you doing a great job? So I do get a very strong mentor vibe around this. And with this Star card, I'm getting this as certainly hopes, having high hopes, believing that someone around you view as a star in your field. You look up to them. I'm getting very strong energy of looking up to someone here. Even with this card, you see that these people are looking up to this master craftsman and seeing them as a star. I'm seeing this very literally at the present time.
Okay. Looking over here at past, we have the Ten of Swords in the reverse. So it's there's been an ending at some point, and now I get a feeling of a new day dawning, coming out of that. It's over. It's not coming back, but now it's a sense of rebuilding and then coming out and being ready to join the world again.
A lot of swords energy over there, so I feel like there's a lot of wisdom that's been gained from some kind of negative experience, but let's see where this is going. Current energy, the focus here is on the Nine of Pentacles, so it is about fulfillment. It's about self-worth. So planning, I see this as something that you've put into motion, a plan. You may have been learning, you may have been at school, studying, and you're really wanting to focus on a certain amount of success in your life. Practical success, you would like to have a good job, earning good money, to have what you need around you. So it's nice energy. It's energy that's very focused on practical things rather than illusions. It's really what you can work on. I see this also as diligence.
Yeah, I see a lot of self-improvement. I'm getting a lot of self-improvement from that card.
Self-improvement, diligence, working on yourself.
All right, looking over here, present energy. We have the Knight of Swords in the reverse. It speaks to an indecisiveness regarding a certain action. I see the King of Swords here and calling the storm, but those are very decisive actions. So I'm getting the sense right now that this person over here is on the fence about something. They've been humming and hawing about whether to go one way or the other. But I'm getting the true sense that this person is about to make a decision and they're about to go ahead and call the storm.
Okay, let's look at this. In the near future, we've got the Moon card. So things get a little bit difficult here. Confusion. There's a lack of, and I was speaking about, in this instance, not having fantasies, not being caught up in what isn't real, thinking more in practical terms. Well, here it's the opposite. So something happens, that's that Tower. An unexpected event which causes confusion. It's like things get very messy in the future. Whereas you're walking this path, you're focused on your future, focused on working, making your improvements to your life, to your work, to your skill set. Now things get a little murky, a little bit, and I want to say with this Sacred Fool, there may be some fears associated. Fears associated with, will I reach this? Can I reach this? And quite a bit of anxiety as well I'm picking up around this.
All right, so looking over here at the near future, we have the Six of Swords. which speaks to movement. It speaks to leaving rough waters behind and moving on to calmer ones.
Yeah. Look at all those swords cards.
That's right.
That is crazy.
I've never seen a situation where the first 4 cards brought up are all swords cards.
So it's all, there's no action there. It's all thinking. It's all thought-based. What's going on in the head there?
Well, no, I disagree. I think that the King of Swords is about action.
Oh, he is, but he's thinking about it. He hasn't actually done anything yet.
Right.
He's planning on it, though, I feel, with that 6 of Swords. Let's take a look and see what the advice is, or the best path to follow. We've got the Hermit. So, again, there's a lot of self-analysis. It's certainly a time of reflection, to think about things, to gain clarity before taking action. So your advice here is really to withdraw. You know, I get that there are people around you who, if you've mentioned something around this other person, they're saying to you something like, are you sure you want to do that? Is that the best thing for you? And they're not happy with it. They feel that you're being naive, foolish. But for you, there's this kind of trusting in the unknown, trusting that it's going to get you somewhere. It's just that you don't know how things are going to pan out. So there's a lot of thoughts, a lot of thinking about, should I do this? It has, I feel it's around this person. It could even be that Knight of Swords in reverse could be you coming in with some kind of unexpected message, delivered in haste. So we'll see where this goes, but at the present time it's certainly saying you should think about things very clearly and make sure this is really what you want to do before you do it.
Right, so looking over here at advice or best path to follow, we've got the 4 of Swords, another Swords card. In the reverse, that to me talks about ending the analysis, ending the time of healing, and then getting out and rejoining the world. It's very much like this 10 of Swords in reverse energy over here.
Yeah.
Except not quite as extreme. I mean, at this point, there has been that rest, there has been that recuperation. Now it's time to end that.
Yeah. Let's have a look at what's happening around you. We've got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Yeah, there's something about the timing here is off. It's something that you really would like to do, but it just doesn't seem to be quite the right time. There's an element around this of just feeling like luck is not on your side. And I think it's because the other person is changing, gaining more wisdom, growing. You know, they've called the storm.
Yeah, and I'm getting the impression that this person calling the storm is causing this person to believe that they're losing something.
It could be that. It could be that.
All right, so let's look over here at the environment. We have the Devil in the reverse.
Yeah.
So this speaks to somebody who is trying to get out of some sort of addiction or obsession or codependency.
Yeah. You know what I'm getting here, Richard? I'm getting very strongly that if you'd done this a year ago, 2 years ago maybe, you might have had a better chance with this particular person. But it seems to me that they've done a lot of work on themselves. They've done a lot of thinking. They've gained greater knowledge. They want to act as a better person. You know, when you think of the King of Swords in the upright, it's someone there who acts with integrity, as an authority figure, someone who can be trusted to act with honesty. So there's There's no letting things run away from them, letting fantasy run away with them, letting any kind of addictive patterns get away with them. No, instead it seems to be more about control.
There has been some flakiness, or at least the appearance of flakiness, with regard to this Knight of Swords in reverse.
Yeah, I have a feeling that that's, I'm getting very strong energy around this, that's the other person coming in.
Yes, yeah.
And causing an upset. The storm.
Right.
Coming in. I see that Knight of Swords in reverse as the storm coming in. I think that it's something that's over. It's done with. It should be done with. I do feel that this King of Swords energy, who may or may not be an air sign, by the way, doesn't really matter about the actual sign. It's more an energy. And that person has, I do feel that there has been an ending of something there, and they've moved on. But nevertheless, there's a message coming in, or a visit. I have it from this sacred fool energy coming in, causing this storm. And let's see where it goes. Hopes and fears. The Ace of Swords in reverse. Yeah, it's all about decisions.
And confusion. We got the moon down here in the future, and we've got the Ace of Swords here in the reverse, which talks about confusion, and the moon is all about confusion as well. I mean, that's the fear, is that...
I think that someone's confused you. If this is you on this side, you are... The way that you're thinking about someone is... Really, I feel that it's because you want to get to this place where you feel good about your circumstances, where it has to do with self-worth. I feel that it's someone that you have looked up to, and they've helped you with your self-worth. It's something that you believe if you attain this level or attain this person, that it will give you this status, that it will give you... empowerment, that it will make you feel good. And I think that the thing that I'm getting around this is that you're trying to make this choice, you're trying to make a decision, but you're worried, you're concerned that you're making a bad choice. And I think you're right. I think you're right about that. The fear here, and I don't normally say this, but I think that the fear here is warranted, because your advice here with the Hermit is saying, stop, look and listen before you go rushing in and making some kind of hasty energy, making a fool of yourself. I mean, I have to say that's what I'm getting from Spirit. You don't want to make a fool of yourself, and I think that that's what you're really afraid of.
All right, looking over here at Hopes and Fears, we have the World. So it's all about that attainment, that empowerment that leads to growth and attaining all that one desires.
Yeah, it's coming full circle. It's completion. It's the end of a cycle. It's moving on from an addictive pattern. Yeah, so
there was an ending here. It's a full circle from coming around from the end of the end of whatever it was that was in the past there, that was of a codependent or devilish kind of nature.
Yeah, it may have something to do with self-worth. It may have been that this other person was, you were somehow codependent on each other for how you perceived yourself. You know, there's that kind of element that I'm getting around this. But the other person, I think, has moved on from that, has gotten more of their self-esteem back, thinking more from a common sense or logical standpoint, reasoned. And I feel that on this side, though, the other person hasn't attained that level of knowledge, of wisdom. So still seeing it. It's like a fool going up against a judge. It's not... It's a mismatch of thinking, a mismatch of styles. Let's have a look at the outcome. The Five of Cups in reverse. Well, the good news here is that there seems to be movement away from regrets, movement away from sadness. Now, the only problem that I see around this is that you may be thinking, well, I don't want to regret not doing this, so I'm going to do it. I don't want to live with regret. Yep, that's what I'm getting from Spirit. I don't want to live with regret. I'm going to go and speak to this person and just lay it out there, and then they can make the choice. They can make the decision. But I don't want to live with myself saying, I wonder if, what if I hadn't done that? Or what if I, help me out here, Richard. What if I had...
Well, what if I didn't?
What if I didn't? Thank you. I don't know why I couldn't say that. What if I didn't do this? What if I didn't do this? That's what you're thinking to yourself. But it's all coming from confused thinking. There's no clarity here. All you're thinking about is, I can't let this person go without telling them how I feel or what I want. But it's off. The whole timing is wrong.
Yeah, I'm getting the sense this person is not going to accept the kind of offer that you might want to make to them. Right. All right, let's look over here at the outcome. We have the King of Wands in the reverse as the outcome. This speaks to a lack of confidence here. But I'm getting the sense this could be more how they might make this person feel.
I'm getting some arrogance. You know, I think that you might be going against someone here who has some arrogance around them. And
you know, it's that confidence that really just sort of covers up a lack of confidence.
Yes. A lot of ego there is what I'm getting around that.
But nothing, that's all surface, but there's really nothing underneath to back any of that up.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, so it's interesting. So if this one's resonating with you, I've got you as someone who wants to come forward and let someone know how you feel, because you don't want to live with regret. It seems to be like an unburdening or an unleashing here. It's going to help you in some way. And the other person, though, I get that they've made some kind of, when we think about calling the storm, I think they've called the storm. They've somehow created this. We'll call this the storm. They've created this storm. It's coming towards them. But then they have to realize that what they've created, they can't control. I think they want to control it. Don't you, Richard, with that King of Swords?
Sure.
I think they want to control it. They want to finish it. But I don't think that once this storm comes in, they're going to find it very difficult to get under control. I think the storm might be you. If this is resonating with you, somehow they've created this whole thing. But the main thing that I'm picking up for you is stop. Look, listen, find out information before you rush in, because I think that the other person there wants to maintain control or control you. Keep something under control. I have it as you. But we'll see where this goes in part 2. I hope that you join us there. The link is below in the descriptions box, and that will be available on the Vimeo channel. We'll be pulling out a lot more cards. Richard will be doing a Lenormand spread as well to see where this goes. So do join us there. If this one doesn't resonate, please be sure to check out our Soulful Repair playlist on the channel. There you can find readings that are done in this style. And of course, this won't resonate with everyone. So please do check those out, and something there may suit your situation better. We wish you the best. We hope to see you in part 2. If not, we will speak to you again very soon. Bye for now.
Bye, and good luck.